story of Prometheus the Titan punished by Zeus for stealing fire and giving it to mortals.
Winds and rivers, sea, light, earth, winds, winds in the needle grass, and light on the greased eel and the greyhound. I call on you, the pure and the slimy, the running shot silk skim of you. I call on you as witnesses to my first millennium as Zeus's prisoner. Didn't I make things happen? Didn't I seize the fire of ideas and make them leap, tear, fly, sing, the rush and the whap of them in each split moment? And now, I can do nothing. Nothing will happen. Mortal, ashamed, cowed, frightened, clamped to its frozen edges, the humans hugged the earth, waiting for wipeout. The secret source of fire, heat, the one primal idea of all ideas. I searched for it, I hid it, and then swam in the smell of the ocean, in the huge dazzle of all ideas, hearing above me, always hearing the quick cluster of seabirds flying. I am wrapped in their voices, in the cries of the sea's daughters.
Cease, Prometheus. It was a prison you slipped out of.
And isn't this a prison? Don't you smell the blood and shit of those who died here? Zeus set this up. A killing ground, a meat grinder. Had I not stole the fire, this place would be piled high with every human body.
It's an abattoir, I know. A dump for rebels and the disappeared. But new rulers mean new laws. There's no way out.
If only he'd hid me in some basement, out of sight. They must be laughing, all my enemies.
But who is there? Who's looking at you in this yard at the world's end? There's no one laughing. Zeus, you must well know. He's watchful, frightened.
He'll seek me out when he needs me. Far, far in the future. Just when he thinks his state is safe, all legal and legitimate, with flags and judges and all that, there'll come this sudden and long holiday weekend. First, all the fountains in the public squares will switch themselves off. Power will fail, jolt back again in spasms, then fail for good. The source, the secret of the plot, will be hid from Zeus. Tanks on the lawn, news blackouts, locked doors, panic. Those empty, sinister, blocked roads, shortages of food, rumors. Then martial music on the radio. Come that plot state, he'll seek me out, will Zeus, and we'll talk business then. I'll hold the state in these bound hands. He'll have to free me, or himself will fall like his own father. He pushed out Kronos. I can wreck him too.
I glide in my bubble, I glide in my bubble, under the rivets springing, wait till I'm shot, and shoot to the surface, hoping to help a friend in trouble.
Oh, Seanus, old comrade, you were a great captain out in the sea of heaven. What happened? As soon as peace settled, you dozed off.
Yatta, yatta, old boy. Your mind's always buzzing like a bee in a tin. You should cut the speeches and be up and doing.
That's just what I did. I went out on a limb.
You helped others, but yourself never. Take my advice. Plunge your mind into a sea of action. Think positive instead of dwelling on hidden causes.
You're simple, decent. But you're a born follower. You wouldn't know the first facts of life. You follow power like a blind pilot. You no way see how it dips and twists. Look, I can show you just where you're wrong.
Stop that tongue of yours!
I'm a tongue only locked to this post! Ah! It was different when we were comrades.
We're comrades still. I'll see you're freed. He trusts me, Zeus.
He trusts no one. Take my advice. Go back into your ocean. Keep your head down.
You mean there's danger here?
There's nothing else here unless you want a friend like this to back you. Take my advice. Submerge. Submerge.
Friend or kin, it makes no odds, you say. Well, how can I choose? It's always like this. One step on dry land. The sea pulls me back.
My kind father meant well. He could have helped you.
He's no brain.
And you've too much, Mr. Foresee-it-all. You're a real header. Too far up front, too daring. The dull, the corrupt, those dogged thickos and their lackeys, you'd strip them naked. Freebooting, maverick, fickle as the fire you nicked, dissenting from the state you helped set up, you break the old rules and the new ones both. Neither God nor human, no race nor tribe nor class can hold you ever. All those eggs, those adult human eggs, were broke already. Zeus wanted to sweep them out and start again.
He said exterminate. I said miscegenate. No compromise. I'll not surrender.
Then write your memoirs.
Our time is rich in memoirs. I've fought my way through icy forests, tundra, taiga, and watched power clamp like a frost on those who followed. Zeus and one grand committee ruled Olympus. The thing was rigged. An edict for the replacement of mankind by some breed better, passed on the nod. I sat there speechless. Our southing vital fire was cased in steel and concrete. All exits blocked. I had to wait, then make my break. One heavy dawn, lagged with the sleep of sweating functionaries, I tapped my way through coded locks, tripped beams, greased heavy fire doors, until I found it.
Had you no conscience?
Fire is conscience. I had to find it.
But you ran. You seized the fire and ran with it. A sneak thief. Aye, and rebel, too.
Could I rebel against the state that Zeus and I built up together? No way. Here, these tame officials, they'd taken over. The risk I ran was for those human people trapped on the cold earth.
But why bother? Why steal it for them?
Those humans drudged. They didn't know what they were for. Witless, glum, trapped. They blundered about with their eyes shut, their heads down, while I wandered freely among the gods of our new mythology. Generals and politicians pinning medals on each other, with always some tame historian to handle the press. Down on the ground, the humans humped loads and got lost in their own tracks. I gave them the idea of skill. First, the deftness of hands working. Then, the technique of making objects out of clay and wood and stone and bone. Then the smelt of soft and tough metals. Until they could see in the glow of fire what came first and before all these arts. The idea of mind. Towards everything human, I felt friendly. I watched them scrimshanker, whalebone, and teak. Then they began to make objects, little gods, bison running, animals kissing, keepsakes, white horses, each with his own aura. When they started, they had eyes, but they didn't know yet how to look at the world. They had ears, but these were blocked with wax and ignorance. I taught them different. They lived in holes and grim caves, not knowing yet how to make bricks or build houses. The time and the seasons, movement of stars and planets, they knew none of these things. They could measure none of them. The abstract beauty of pure number, the designing of signs on paper, the infinite accounts in memory banks, they knew none of these things. And I taught them to leap and fly and glide and sail and push out towards the stars. And look at me. I'm trapped here. I can't escape. I could have refused my talents, but I gave them. I gave them generously.
That was big of you.
Oh, so I had a big head. Who wouldn't? But I'm trapped now.
And if Zeus's power's complete, tomorrow's just like today.
Maybe, and maybe not.
You know a secret?
I'll only escape if it stays that way.
There's more than I'll do. All the poor I'll do. I could have my tits pumped up like tight udders. I'm the lovely cowgirl that's watched the whole time by an audience of men's eyes. And the thing pokes out their flies. The flying prick that hums after me. Oh, how it wants to sting me. If ever I saw this worm with wings, this flying fish, Zeus put a dream in my head. His face on a wall, and me all warm looking at him. I wanted to melt myself right the way inside him till I seen through his eyes. I felt like a glove as a hand stiffens into it. But see, Zeus, he's a prick. And this buzz you hear, that's the song of his prick. Fixed to my body. Just like you're tied to that stake. I want rid of this invisible sting. My body's shaped, cut, stabbed, slit according to its whim. It flays my legs, lips, tits, bum, and pricks me. Would you tell me, why is my body cut like cotton?
I can't tell you. But I'm punished too, you know. Because I stole fire from that same master.
I know. We're victims both.
Don't weep for yourself, Prometheus. You live forever. She's only mortal.
Tell me, Mr. See the future. Will I be like this? Always?
It's best you didn't know.
Just tell it me.
I don't want to hurt you.
All the wee pricks say that. Just tell it me.
Oh, don't tell her. Never, never tell her. She's so fragile. Brittle and fragile. You must never, never tell her.
This girl's mortal, but Zeus grabbed her. One day he'll push the heaven of his own pleasure into her body. Now she doesn't know who or what she is, broken into pieces by that dictator she is.
I'm a star. I'm a star. Star with pins stuck in it. And my, don't I smile. All them boots and jock straps, all those hairy asses and their gyms and guard rooms. The reek and ruck of them. If this is all there is, I'd best be going. At least I can finish it.
No! You rub yourself out and you'll finish everything.
Why shouldn't I? Just tell me why.
You can choose, Io. I can't. I'll never die.
To stay among men, I'd need good reason.
It's you have the power.
Me? Power? You must be joking.
You'll topple Zeus.
He pushes me, not me him.
He'll make a wrong marriage.
With a god or a human?
I'm not saying.
His own wife. Or she take power?
No, but she'll bear a son stronger than his own father.
Can Zeus not beat him?
Only if I'm freed.
But who'll do that? Child. Of mine.
I've said enough. Don't ask me tell how much you'll suffer.
But you're immortal. I'll not last to see Zeus fall. You shouldn't offer and then withdraw it.
Okay. Out of 2 stories, you can choose one. My future sufferings, or the release of Prometheus.
If you're set on that, let her take one and us the other. Oh, we do want to know who'll set you free.
They're one and the same. Now you'll go out into the weirdest places, dodging the Scythian image makers, the arms salesmen, all those bull-necked producers, the 3 brothers, laying bets who'll be the first to lay you. Dodge them, too. Go you among the Amazons, haters of men, sisters, and watch them crush men like tin meringues. Go on, cross the Bosphorus and make a bridge between Europe and Asia. Go into the sun. Get yourself a black skin, and then heal your scars in the warm mud of the Nile. You'll make a new life. Then and there you'll bear a son that Zeus will give you. Your son will plant figs and chill moist cucumbers. Seed'll touch seed until the son of all those sons, your Hercules, he'll set me free.
Would you look at them out there? Unzipping themselves, and pointing their stalky eyes.
They love the story.
They won't have to live it. I do. And if I will, then you must too. I'd heard the Gorgons could turn men into lumps of stone. I didn't see it true. Till now.
She has chosen. Let you choose, too.
No, Prometheus, we never choose. We're voices only, voices in the air. You're on your own.
No, she'll help me now. She'll push the future onto Zeus's shoulders. He'll come to me when the tanks have touched his lawn, just minutes after a coup some summer dawn. He'll come running to me.
Of course he'll make a deal. Why not trade now?
Stubborn, aren't we, comrade?
Lackey, aren't we Hermes?
I serve the state.
A little prat that learns its lines.
Zeus wants an end to all this feuding. Let's make a bargain.
I won't surrender.
Listen, please, listen. All states depend on empty rituals. What I propose is merely formal. A public show. We'll blow some trumpets. Untie your hands so you walk freely down a long room of mirrors up to a dais. Zeus and the other gods, they'll be drawn up one side of a long table. It's there you'll sign two public texts, a recantation and a treaty.
If I refuse?
Look, there's others at my back. I blocked them in committee, inventing pain for you. A new line in torture, they have it ready.
Maybe he means well. Stake out your terms.
I'll take any message. There'll be a medal and a post. A very different type of post. With a proper title, too. First intellectual of the state. Some name like that.
Recognition. They'll give you recognition.
That's a contradiction. They let me free, but freeze my mind.
Maybe you went too far. Pushed history too hard. I'm bringing you peace. Peace and retirement. We have this fine chateau all ready for you. Bay trees on the terrace. A handsome vineyard. Imagine the fresh quiet. Those mornings in the library where you'll write that great essential text, your memoirs.
Here I stand, and here I will stand. I can do no other. Choose you.
Choose?
Aye, it's Zeus or me. Forget this fribble.
Hermes versus Zeus, it makes no odds. We can't trust either. Oh, we'll make our choice. We'll stick by you.
Out on a limb and stubborn. That's us all over.
Believe me, I've read the lies they stick on you. Rebel, idealist, sky terrorist, thief. Aye, it's so easy for those hacks we both despise to swap the terms and make out Zeus was always there, a pillar of good sense. Firm but just, smiling and witty when that's needed, but always simple and plain-spoken. All of which is, well, maybe other than the truth. But you can't beat it.
Why does it need me, then, to bend the knee and sign?
I thought maybe we had an understanding.
Did you, hell?
You won't recant?
No way, never.
You can't fight Zeus.
It's him fights me, and you know that.
All I know is the safety of the state.
Don't kid yourself. You're just a wee drop oil in that machine.
Don't blame me then when they stick new pain in you. They'll twist your name and turn you into no one. We'll break you into bits of nothing.
Holy Mother, Themis, Earth, it must all break. Here in this wet yard at the world's end, where they invent pain in secret for me and cross my name, my whole nature, out by writing rebel, and then wiping that out. Men, women, tiny kids, every juicy little life. Zeus wanted crush them. I heard their stittering, frantic cries, cries like pebbles bouncing on a stone floor. And my conviction was simple and complete. That's why I stole that restless, bursting, tight germ of fire and chucked its flames like a splatter of raw paint against his state. Those humans seized the running trails and ran with them, every mind fizzing like resin, racing, dancing, leaping free, jumping up to the sky and nudging deep into the ocean, every mind a splinter of sharp, pure fire that needled him and made him rock uneasy on his throne. See Zeus shaken as these new lights burn and melt his walls. Let Prometheus go out and become one with the democratic fire.